You see this? Hard, dense, dry protein bar. You want to eat this protein bar, or do you want to eat 2 slices of this rich, fudgy chocolate cake? It's your decision, but this chocolate cake is going to be your new favorite dessert for weight loss. Think you need to stop eating chocolate cake to lose weight? Think again. This chocolate cake is so easy. It is so simple. It is incredibly high protein and low calorie. You can eat the entire cake and easily fit it into your calories and macros for the day. It's gooey, it's fudgy, it's decadent, it's chocolatey. You can make the entire batter in just a few minutes, pop it in your oven, and just like that, you have a warm chocolate cake with macros and calories so good, you can eat this cake instead of eating protein bars. This recipe needs 2 bowls, a dry bowl and wet bowl. We're gonna combine them later on. We're gonna start by adding 75 grams of regular ass self-rising flour into a bowl. If you don't have self-rising flour, you can just add a little bit of baking powder to regular flour and it's gonna be the same thing. Baking soda needs an acid to activate. Baking powder activates with heat, so when you bake this cake, it's gonna get all fluffy. Even though I'm using self-rising flour, I want this cake to be extra fluffy. I'm gonna add a little bit of baking powder that activates with the heat. We're gonna get this cake mad fluffy no matter what. We're going with baking powder, we're going with baking soda, we're going with self-rising flour. This thing will be fluffy. Next, we're gonna add in some coconut flour. We only wanna add in 5 grams because coconut flour is way more absorbent than regular flour, so you need a little bit to absorb a lot of moisture. Coconut flour adds this really nice subtle sweetness, which adds a great flavor, and also it has a lot more fiber than regular flour, so it will keep you fuller for longer. A lot of my recipes call for a whey casein blend. Whey makes things dry but fluffy. Casein keeps things moist but not fluffy. If you combine them, you get the fluffiness, but you get the moistness. This recipe, you just need regular whey protein powder. A lot of you guys comment on my older recipes, say, I don't have whey casein blend, can I just use whey protein powder? And I say, no, it will taste like ass. This recipe, you just need whey, no casein, no vegan, please. We want to use 50 grams of whey protein powder. I cannot emphasize this enough. This recipe uses a lot of protein powder, so you've got to use a protein powder that you like the taste of. I love the taste of this protein powder, but make sure you like the taste of your protein powder before you use it in this recipe, because if not, it's gonna mess things up. Use any chocolate protein powder you want. I'm using cocoa cereal by Legion because it's just more of a fun flavor than regular chocolate. If you want to get anything from Legion, use code Rahul. You won't be disappointed. Get some peanut butter chocolate protein bars. It tastes like a Reese's cup. It's too good. If you don't like any of their products, just tell them and they'll give you all your money back. There are 3 types of cocoa powders you need to know about. There's natty cocoa powder, there's dark cocoa powder, and there's black cocoa powder. Natty cocoa powder, it is very, very bitter, very, very chocolatey, very light in color. Let's get into dark cocoa powder. It is darker in color, a little bit less chocolatey, a little bit less bitter. And then once we go black, it is very dark in color, not bitter at all, not chocolatey at all. This literally tastes like Oreos. It is Oreo powder. All 3 of these have 10 calories per 5 grams or 1 tablespoon, so it's the same amount of calories and macros regardless of what you want to use. You can use natty, but you might need a little bit of extra sweetener. You can use dark for those rich chocolatey vibes. I want Oreo vibes with this recipe, and I want this to be a real dark color cake. So I'm gonna go with black cocoa powder. It's gonna taste insane. We're gonna add in 15 grams or 3 tablespoons of black cocoa powder. Remember, you can use any cocoa powder you want. If you use natty, just add a little bit of extra sweetener. Add in 45 grams of erythritol. Erythritol is my favorite sugar replacement because it's 0% of the calories of sugar, but 75% of the sweetness of sugar. I don't like things too sweet, so 75% is perfect for me. It adds structure just like sugar would. It bakes like sugar. It crystallizes like sugar. Get some erythritol. I'm gonna add in 2 packets of Splenda right into this because I don't need any of the structure properties of erythritol. I just want pure sweetness. Usually I'm sweet enough. 2 packets. Throw in a little pinch of salt because salt brings out all those rich chocolatey vibes. Dry bowl set aside, new bowl, time to get wet. For real, I've actually mastered cracking eggs. Whisk your eggs real well until you don't see any streaks of egg whites. Even if you see 1 streak, whisk that thing, get your forearm workout in now, not at night, and get rid of all the streaks of egg whites. And then add in 85 grams of Greek yogurt, plain non-fat Greek yogurt. It has so much protein, such little fat, a little bit of sugar-free maple syrup. I'm telling you, the sugar-free maple with the chocolate, the flavors combine and it tastes so good. And then the secret ingredient, the ingredient that makes high protein recipes taste so moist, pumpkin puree. If you don't like pumpkin in recipes, you won't taste it in this recipe because the chocolate will mask the pumpkin taste. You gotta make sure you get pumpkin puree where when you look at the ingredients, there's only one thing and that's pumpkin. It should be 60 or 50 calories per half cup. Anything more and there's probably sugar in there and other ingredients and it's pumpkin pie filling, not pumpkin puree. Pumpkin pie filling, bad. It is so many calories and you absolutely don't need them. Just get regular ass pumpkin puree. Make sure it says 100% pure pumpkin. We need a lot of pumpkin puree, 250 grams or a little bit over an entire cup of pumpkin puree. It is absolutely necessary. But if you don't have it or you're allergic to pumpkin, I've never met anyone allergic to pumpkin, but if you are, bad genetics, sorry. You can use mashed banana, you can use sweet potato puree, you can use applesauce, you can use more Greek yogurt. It won't be as good, but like it will be really, really good. It'll be close enough, you'll be fine. Give the wet bowl a good mix to make sure everything is mixed up real nice and well, and then get the dry bowl. This is when we we combine the dry and the wet. But the dry, we need to mix it up to avoid clumping. So mix the dry ingredients until it looks like one fine powder. Then add all your wet ingredients to your dry ingredients. Fold. There's flour in the dry ingredients. You have to be gentle. If you over mix this, it's gonna turn into pizza. It's gonna turn into a bagel. So just mix, just fold until it's combined. Make sure you scrape the bottom because some powder gets stuck to that. So get it off. See? You see it? There we go. And fold that back in. Just for good measure. And then stop, pour it into a silicone baking dish. The silicone makes it so non-stick, it is awesome. But if you don't have it, you can just add some parchment paper to a metal pan and throw this in there. I'm using silicone, link in the description. I'm gonna add in some mini chocolate chips because I like chocolate. But if you don't have the calories, you don't have to do this. And then throw this in your oven, 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Because I'm using a silicone baking dish, it is a bad conductor of heat, so I'm gonna need to bake this for 50 to 60 minutes. But if you are using a metal pan, it's gonna get hotter way faster. You're gonna have to bake this for around 35 to 40 minutes. Check out my fat loss cookbook, over 100 recipes, and I'm constantly updating it, and when you buy it once, you get all future updates for free. I lost over 100 pounds, and I went from looking like this to looking like this. If you want me to personally coach you one-on-one to help you get in the best shape of your life, hit the link in the description down below. Whether it's fat loss, muscle gain, or body recomposition, I got you. 57 minutes later, that chocolate cake is looking real good. It's done. I poked a knife right there, and it came out clean, so we know we're good. Take it out the oven and let it cool for around 20 minutes. Pop out, pop out, pop out. I'm telling you, game changer, silicone. This entire cake is 798 calories, 75 grams of protein. That is a lot of protein. 93 grams of carbs and only 14 grams of fat. That means each slice is only 100 calories and 9 grams of protein. Those are calories or macros that most protein bars don't even have. Let's slice into this bad boy. 8 slices, and look how moist that inside is. It's soft, it's fluffy, it's airy. Cheers. Got a little chocolate on me. Moist, chocolatey, rich, fluffy, cakey. This is some good cake. I'm so happy right now. A little bit of mini chocolate chips. I didn't count that in calories and macros. Add as much or as little as you like. It just pops in your mouth. It's fantastic. It's too good. This is some good cake. It's my second favorite kind of cake. Unfortunately, it's not the human kind, but for now, it'll do. Hey, what's up? I'm working on a cheesecake recipe right now. This entire cheesecake is over 200 grams of protein. Each slice, better calories and macros than most protein shakes. This cheesecake recipe is going to be in my cookbook by the time you watch this video, so get my cookbook. It's free updates for the rest of your life, so when you buy it once, you get all future updates for free. It's a book that gets better over time. If you like this video, you like chocolate. And if you like chocolate, you're going to like my lava cake recipe video. It takes minutes to make. You make it in your microwave. It is massive and chocolatey. Also, check out my air fryer cookie video. Dense, fudgy, gooey, giant single-serve air fryer cookies. Takes minutes to make. It's also very chocolatey. I'll see you in the next video. Want to get in the best shape of your life? I can write you a custom diet plan, or I can coach you one-on-one personally to help you reach your goals. Links in the description down below.